Most people who smoke cigars think they are real cigar smokers, and most of them are wrong. The difference between a man who asks the shop what is good and a man the shop asks for advice has almost nothing to do with how long they have been smoking. It has everything to do with understanding what level of smoker you actually are. There are 7 levels of cigar smoker. By the end of this, you will know exactly where you stand and whether the level you think you are is the level you actually are. Level 1. The grab and go. This is the guy who buys cigars the same way he buys gas station snacks. He walks in, grabs a Swisher or a Black & Mild off the rack, and he is out the door before the receipt prints. He is not choosing a cigar. He is choosing a flavor: cherry, vanilla, grape, whatever catches his eye between the beef jerky and the energy drinks. He has never been inside an actual cigar shop. He does not know one exists within 10 miles of his house. And if you told him the thing he is smoking is made from a sheet of reconstituted tobacco scraps pressed together with adhesive, he would shrug, because it does what he needs it to do. He is not wrong for smoking what he smokes. He is just not in the game yet. And the wildest part is, nearly 80% of all cigars sold globally live right here at this level. Level 2. The occasion guy. This is the man who smokes 2, maybe 5 cigars a year, and every single one is tied to a moment: a wedding, a baby, a promotion, the 4th of July. Someone handed him a cigar, someone else lit it for him, and for 45 minutes he felt like a different version of himself. He enjoyed it. He might have even posted a photo holding it. But if you asked him the next morning what he smoked, he could not tell you. He does not own a cutter. He borrowed one, and someone had to show him where to cut. He let the cigar go out twice and felt awkward about relighting it. But he remembers the smell, the weight of it in his hand, and the way the conversation slowed down the moment everyone lit up. There is a cigar sitting in a tube on his kitchen counter right now that someone gave him 8 months ago, and he has no idea it dried out the week he got it. He is not a cigar smoker yet. He is a guy who had a moment with one, and that moment has not turned into a habit. But this is the level where the door opens. Most people who end up at level 7 had their first real moment with a cigar right here. Level 3. The one brand guy. This is the most comfortable and the most dangerous level in the cigar world. This smoker found a cigar he likes, and he stopped looking. He walks into the same shop, goes to the same shelf, and grabs the same cigar he has been buying for the last 3 years. His humidor at home has 20 of the same stick in it, maybe 25. Ask him what wrapper he is smoking, and he will say brown. Ask him what country the tobacco comes from, and he will pause. Ask him to describe the flavor beyond the word smooth, and he genuinely cannot. He is not a bad smoker. His cut is clean, his light is even, and he knows how to hold an ash. But he has built a wall around his palate and called it a preference. The truth is, he stopped exploring because trying something new means risking $15 on something he might not like. And most cigar smokers live here permanently, some because of that fear, and some because they have no idea there is anything above it. If you are finding value in this so far, subscribe to the channel. Now we get into the levels where most smokers stop recognizing themselves. Level 4. The Explorer. Something cracked open. Maybe a friend handed him something from a brand he had never heard of. Maybe he read a review that described flavors he had never tasted in his usual stick. Whatever it was, the one brand wall came down, and now he cannot stop. His humidor is chaos. 40 different cigars, none of them the same. He just discovered that Nicaraguan tobacco and Dominican tobacco taste like they come from different planets. And that single discovery rewired how he thinks about every cigar he has ever smoked. He is buying samplers. He is reading reviews at midnight. He is on forums asking strangers whether the Robusto or the Toro smokes better in a blend he found out about 2 hours ago. The staff at his local shop knows his name now. He has a seat at the lounge. He asks questions that a year ago he would not have known how to phrase. But here is what the Explorer will not admit. He has read 5 reviews of a cigar, bought it, smoked it slowly, paid attention to every draw, and still could not taste the cedar, the dried fruit, or the baking spice the reviewer described. His palate is not there yet, but his curiosity is doing the work his palate cannot, and that is exactly what is supposed to happen at this level. Level 5. The palate. This is where it gets uncomfortable, because this is the level most serious smokers think they have reached, and most of them have not. A real level 5 does not just have opinions about cigars. He can back them up blind. Hand this smoker a cigar with no band and he will tell you whether the wrapper is Habano or Connecticut before the first inch is done. He can taste the difference between Esteli and Jalapa Nicaraguan tobacco the way a sommelier tastes the difference between two vineyards in the same valley. He pairs cigars with specific whiskeys, not because it sounds impressive, but because he has tested the combinations enough times to know which ones actually work. When he walks into a lounge, people ask him what they should smoke. His phone has texts from friends who will not buy a cigar without checking with him first. But here is the uncomfortable truth about level 5. Having strong opinions about fermentation and wrapper origin does not mean your palate can actually detect what you are talking about. The gap between knowing the vocabulary and tasting the difference is enormous. And most smokers who believe they are level 5 are actually level 4 smokers who read a lot. If you have never been proven right in a blind smoke, you do not actually know where your palate is. You just know where your confidence is. Level 6. The collector. This smoker has crossed a line that most people do not understand. He buys cigars he will never smoke, not because he does not want to, because he cannot bring himself to. He has boxes from specific harvest years aging in a temperature-controlled cabinet. He tracks every cigar he owns the way some people track stocks. What he paid, when he bought it, and how long it has been resting. He knows when limited editions drop before the shop announces them. He has called in favors to get on allocation lists. He buys boxes, not sticks, because buying a single cigar from a limited run feels like pulling a book off a shelf he will never be able to replace. His collection has more cigars than he could smoke in a decade, and the number keeps growing. The irony of level 6 is that the better he preserves his cigars, the harder it becomes to enjoy them. Every year that passes makes them rarer, more valuable, and harder to justify lighting. He feels genuine anxiety about smoking a cigar from a box he only has 3 left of. He has opened a box, inspected the wrapper, held it to his nose, and put it back, because today was not special enough. The tension between preservation and enjoyment is the defining experience of this level, and no one at level 3 or 4 has any idea it exists. Level 7. The Pilgrim. This smoker has left the country because of a cigar, not a vacation where he happened to visit a shop. A trip built entirely around tobacco. He has walked through fields in Esteli, Nicaragua, where volcanic soil grows the tobacco that ends up in the cigars he has been smoking for years. He has stood in a curing barn and smelled tobacco, drying in a heat that most people would not tolerate for 10 minutes. He has sat across from the man who blends his favorite cigar and realized that person has no idea how much one stick means to him. He has attended a festival where 1,400 people in evening wear smoke together in a room and bid on humidors that cost more than cars. He has tried to roll a cigar by hand and failed badly enough to finally understand why the people who do it well spend years learning. This is what level 7 looks like. Tobacco is no longer a product to him. It is a place he has been, a person he has met, a moment he will not forget. But here is what the Pilgrim would never tell you. After every factory, every field, every festival, every cigar he has aged for a decade and finally lit on the perfect night, the smoke he remembers most clearly is often a cheap one from level 3 that he had years ago on a night that had nothing to do with cigars and everything to do with who he was with. The cigar was forgettable. The moment was not. And somewhere at the top of the ladder, that is the thing every serious smoker quietly figures out. So where does that leave you? The sweet spot for most smokers lives between levels 3 and 5. Find what you like at level 3. Start exploring at level 4. Push your palate at level 5. Dip into level 6 when something rare crosses your path. And unless you are ready to book a flight to Central America, level 7 will be there when you are. The real question is not which level is best. It is whether you are honest with yourself about which level you are actually at. Because the guy who thinks he is a level 5 but smokes like a level 3 is not fooling the shop. He is not fooling the lounge. And after this video, he is not fooling himself. The best cigar smoker is the one who actually knows what he is smoking and why he chose it. Everything else is just humidor decoration.